How we doing, everybody? This is That Our Nerd back at it again with another algebra tutorial. This one today covers order of operations. So just to begin, we'll write down the little acronym that I'm sure you have seen to remember what goes first with the order of operations. So it is PEMDAS. And so what this stands for is our first thing that we're going to do is parentheses or grouping symbols. So that would be parentheses. You could write parentheses like that. You could have absolute value. Anytime you're grouping things together with different types of parentheses, that's going to be our first one. The E stands for exponent. So that's when you have anything, we'll just say 4 squared, right? Anytime you have an exponent, cursive. Ew. So anytime you have an exponent, that's going to be your second thing that you do in the order of operations. M and D stand for multiply and divide. And these happen on the same level. So what you do is basically start left to right. So once you're on the third level, anytime there's a multiply or a divide, doesn't matter, you go left to right. So yeah, and then our last step is add and subtract, right? So that's what the A and the S stand for. They have different ways that you can remember this. I've heard please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I've heard pretty early morning, Dad and Santa. Just kidding, I haven't heard that one. I made that one up, but it'll catch on. Don't you even worry. Don't even worry. So now let's do this problem here. So our first step is we're going to look at our grouping symbols. Are there any parentheses anywhere? Well, yeah, sure. We have two of them, right? We have one here, and we have another grouping symbol parenthesis type thing here. Now this one happens to be an absolute value, so we'll rewrite this. Say 6 plus our first parenthesis here. We have negative 6 minus 3. So negative 6 minus 3 gives us negative 9. And then we're timesing that by the absolute value of negative 3 minus 2. So that's negative 5. And then we're going to divide by 9. So we've looked at our first. We got rid of the parentheses. So our next step is to look for any exponents. For this one, do you see any exponents? No, right? So not any exponents here. So we go to our next step, multiply and divide. Again, it wouldn't matter if the division was first. You do that first. It's not like you have to do multiplication first. But we'll start at the left and multiply and divide anywhere that we can. So let's actually simplify that absolute value. So the absolute value just makes your negative numbers positive, right? So this is now going to be a 5 divided by 9. So our next step, our multiplication, we'll do this one first. So we'll have 6 plus negative 9 times 5. Well, negative 9 times 5 is going to be negative 45 divided by 9. So then our next, we have a division. So we'll take care of that one next. And so we'll have 6 plus, and then we have negative 45 divided by 9. So negative 45 divided by 9 is going to give us negative 5. So now we've gotten rid of all of our multiplication and our divisions. We look for anywhere there's addition or subtraction. And so now we have a 6 plus a negative 5. And 6 plus negative 5 gives us 1. So this was just a quick little lesson on it. I'm going to do a more complex problem right now, so you can click that link above, and that will send you to another practice problem for order of operations. Make sure to press that like button if you enjoyed this video so other people can find it. Make sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more algebra videos, and have a swell day. You're awesome. You're awesome.